To unpack these, I'm joined live on the news by Morenike Eseku, registered learning disabilities nurse, mental health specialist, and also Joy Favour, director, Girl, Child and Women Project, NottooYoungTolead initiative. Ladies, thank you for joining me on the news. All right.
Thank you so very much. Thanks for having me.
All right, I'll start off with Morenike. I mean, how significant is the International Women's Day to you?
For me, it really is significant because for a very long time in this part of the world, especially Nigeria, women have had to work twice as hard, as their male counterpart due to things like religious barriers, cultural differences, gender inequality as well is something that has, contributed to these issues that we have. Sometimes you want to attain a position, but the fact that they say that you're a woman directly or indirectly puts you in that, barrier state, and it causes a barrier for you to access such support.
Let me get the perspective of Joy Favour on the most effective ways to counteract the stereotypes of feminism.
Actually, when it comes to feminism, I believe in inclusion, and this inclusion is we have our own share as the female folks in the society, being involved in processes, being involved in governance, being involved in the civic space. You understand? Because one thing for me, feminist stuff is not really my thing that I believe in, because we're there with the male counterpart and we're not trying to throw the men away. We're trying to tell them that we're women, we have our pride of place in society, nation building. Our pride of place is not in the kitchen, it's not in the other room, but our pride of place is in nation building. As we have the strength to build our homes and build our families, we still have the strength to put our quota into nation building.
Morenike, what would you say are the challenges when it comes to women inclusion in our society?
Religion, I would say, is a big one. We've got social, cultural differences as well, gender inequalities, which all together, impacts on the woman's mental health, because you don't feel empowered, then you feel, it affects your self-esteem, because you'll be thinking, what is he doing that I cannot do? Just like Joy just said, if we can build a family, we can, impact positively in our marriages, on our kids. Why can't we be giving the same, why can't people believe in us and empower us in the corporate world, in politics? Despite having the much women that are still in the forefront of these industries, we still don't have enough to equate the amount of women that should be there.
All right, let me get back to Joy. I know, Joy, you talked about the need to collaborate with the male folk and not to see them as competition. That's the women, not to see the men as, competition. But then how would you interpret the theme for this year's International Women's Day, which is to invest in women as well as accelerate progress?
Actually, the world is full of many crises, ranging from geographical conflicts to social poverty level. I believe we can actually change the narrative by addressing these solutions by empowering women. If we can involve women into a lot of empowerment program, I'm not talking about those stipends you give to women for trades, empower them intellectually, bring them into that circle, you understand, that circle where they can relearn, unlearn, and get all the knowledge they need. Because most times, a lot of our women, they don't have the required knowledge that they need to get to face society itself. So I believe when they are empowered with knowledge, every other thing that comes in, they will be able to utilize it. That's my belief.
Oh. Morenike, Joy just talked about the need to empower women. I'm wondering what you think. Many a times when it comes to empowerment of women, women are often at the forefront. Morenike, what do you think men can do to help achieve equality?
So I think to empower women, we need to work collaboratively, like just Joy have said. It really is important for us to review, this thing they say, what do women bring to the table? And it's not just about a tick box exercise. It's about making the woman feel heard. It's about, working actively to make sure that what the woman has suggested, okay, we'll go and think about it, is about putting women in places where they can be accountable for their actions, and what they put in place, people are ready to take it on board. Not just, oh, let's just put the woman there. No, when she brings a solution, when she brings something, let us all sit down and think, okay, we can work together, collaboratively, for the success of the economy as well.
Let me get a line of thoughts, of Joy. Joy, do you think the society we live in plays a role in stereotyping and also relegating women?
Yes, the society has a major role, because I make people understand that the culture of every African woman actually have reduced her to the kitchen, to domestic staff, and to some chores. And I tell you, our culture shouldn't put her back to the ground, because most times we are beyond what our culture speaks about us. The African culture will tell you a woman's duty is not this, is not that. I'll make you understand, like a vice president, a one-time vice president of Sierra Leone said something, that the future of Africa is female. And I see females in Africa coming together some days, collaborating to effect this change that we desire. Because if you involve the women into governance, into the civic space, into any parastatals in Nigeria, I think Nigeria will be a better place. Because the women, we can do it. We can, with one mind, with involvement, with believing in us, not just putting us there just to fulfill our righteousness that women has been given the slot to do it. No, just because they believe in us that we women, we have the potentials. African women have the potentials, and we are breaking the ceiling glass beyond our culture.
Well, thank you so much, ladies. Joy, Favour, and Morenike Eseku, thank you so much for your time on the news.